ese hano twabakali twabiriteseka kusangwa chiriho se hano ukanza maranganje arisora nabananga kereria obi nabiri ronde ngakakatara umuna tokerisha abana runde muna tokerisomishya umwana akake ngoma kitebe cha ngasinia yakabere narnalemu narnamuleka naro wasangana no mwana ni abiri butira kwa butara akabura chiwatichi.
Mtoto atagonja ndaishi naye na niko mimi peke, mtoto anagonja na kumsomesa nikamsomesa. Wakati ikafika wakasema huyu mtoto haiko mkonjo, mtoto nafana rudia kwao. Sijue kwao mtoto babake ashakufa, sijue kwao mtoto. Wakati ikafiniko hapa sasa ninashangala kama mtoto nimfanyie nini.
The abductees who returned home with their children were rejected from their homes. People could pinpoint at them. They're saying, you see, they are rebels. They see all the abductees as rebels because of what happened to them and what they see and what they do when they were still for abduction.
But after I finished my PLE, but there was no money for me to continue. This grandmother of mine was even alone, and we were remaining with her. My mother was not there. Even up to now, I don't know my father. And if I ask her, he cannot even tell me because my mother just came with me and she just produced me from the bush there. Then she come back with me while I'm just like that. Right now, I find life very difficult because when I find the life very difficult at home, I try that, let me now find my home. But unfortunately, I went and stayed at my home, and again I get pregnant from there, and again they produce the triplets. Now the man even decided to run away. Then for me now, I just stay like that. I came back home with this grandmother of mine, then I start staying with her. Even life is very difficult. Up to now, the man has not yet received, and there is no anything that he could give me. I'm just remaining with these children of mine, just like that.
Then we also have another challenge of accessing services. Like sometimes we get discriminated, we get people look at us as if okay, we are in, okay, they look at us as if we are in our own world. We are being discriminated because of us being now people with disabilities. Like in some hospitals, they ask you, now you know your problem. How comes you also got pregnant, and how do you think you cannot manage to climb this bed? Because in hospitals, sometimes they are not accessible. Those beds and other, like the health places, the toilets. So when you try to ask for help, they ask you, you never thought about yourself that you have this challenge. You would have thought about it before you get pregnant.
Wamehikwa mukambo muhali kwa rengera bakali kubakaba nabana bana omwana mama omwana tata omwana omukivera erunze mekitwa mabirunzayo bano rero mutusamalire twamabiriteeseka twamabiribona abana betu twebandi nabandi sibakisoma bani yihya esukuru fees yabiribura.
My father died in ADF. I was in P5. Since then, I dropped out school because of that. I have problems. We slept under caves. We experienced different problems: early marriages, school dropouts. Even those brothers of ours have been taken by ADF. I'm an orphan. My mother is now, I have a mother at home. He's now lonely. He has no any help.
Twamalwa makambo yindi twamenda hand. Still a challenge yamabini ngumerera nyinene tukalya nabe. Itwanga nasumba ebiti. Ene ebiti byosi so long as tunawo twamolero twahira kuliko itwalya twaberedi twakeshi. Amate mamu abimba. Eshanzure shamasesuka twamabyaho itukaenda maezi twalwa hanu twaenda walwa hanu wahika echibito ukayaheka maetse iwaletawu ukihika iwabirilwa kandi bakuhebe ebiboko amwabiri sibayo kozo olughendo iniruli itukabonabona kutsibu twabirithuniayo chiro kyuma twamasubuka omwirima lyomundu bamakula omuhogo bamanyihesya egunia ey'omuhogo ekiro ekyo munalira namayitinira nabiriyitinira bamamba ebiboko kandi bamanyihekyawu munabonabona kutsibu.
Female victims of conflicts acknowledge effects of these conflicts on the wider society of women and girls in appreciation of the collective vulnerabilities, strength, resilience, and how to productively live in the post-conflict communities.
As the foundation, we are working with the victims, and in most of our work, we put victims at the center of every work that we do. And most of our work here with the victims are on advocacy. We try as much as possible to share their voices to different stakeholders for any help that they need. When I talk of victims here, the most affected people that we majorly deal with are the women who return from captivity with their children. These are the fragile groups that we are trying to deal with, that we are trying to seek for different intervention from the government to ensure that they are supported.
Since 2020, Rwenzori Forum for Peace and Justice, RFPJ, a national civil society organization that fosters a culture of peaceful coexistence, access to justice, and respect for human rights, and the Foundation for Justice and Development Initiatives, FJDI, a civil society organization based in the Northern region that works with children, youth, women, and communities to promote justice, development, and economic recovery in Northern Uganda, have been collaboratively working to mainstream gender in the process of furthering transitional justice in Uganda.
Since 2020, we've been implementing a national transitional justice project in partnership with FJDI in Gulu, and this project is titled Fostering Victim-Centered Transitional Justice in Uganda. In this project, we appreciate the centrality of women because the National Transitional Justice Policy of 2019 focuses on women as a specific and priority target group, but also gender is looked at as a cross-cutting theme. At RFPJ institutional level and within our strategic plan, we pay attention to women as well in all our work for purposes of guaranteeing equity and inclusion. Specific to the Rwenzori region, women are victimized the most whenever violent conflicts erupt. Women are vulnerable within our societies. Their vulnerability emanates from the social, cultural, political, and economic systems that marginalize them. And so when conflicts happen, women face what we call a double jeopardy. They find themselves in a more extreme and more vulnerable situation. And that's why as an institution, even within this project setup, we give women priority. We mainstream their issues and needs for purposes of building sustainable transitional justice in this region and in the country.
In our engagements, we have noticed a lot more about some of these vulnerable groups like women, children and youth. We engage more with the women who came back from captivity, and they came back with children. And we also engage directly with the children who were born in captivity. Right now, we might want to change their term from children born of captivity, or we maintain it, but we understand that right now they are adults. They have come of age. And this poses a different specific need for this category, this kind of group. They are now youth, and they are facing their own challenges altogether. Before we were handling them alongside with the mothers or returning mothers. So you look at the mothers and their children, but now the children are speaking for themselves. So they are also advocating for their own space.
In this collaboration, RFPJ and FJDI, together with victims of past conflicts, have engaged in local, regional, and national level advocacy efforts to bring to the attention of duty bearers the peculiar plight of women and girls affected by violent conflicts.
Our colleagues who are coming from the north and those of Rwenzori who are victims of war, we want to thank God for your lives, for surviving. There is a saying that when many people throw stones on you, don't throw the stones back to them. Just pick the stones and build an empire.
My ministry is and has remained open to having discussions with all of you on how best we can collaborate to foster peace in our region and country at large. I have encounters with some stakeholders from this region and beyond over this same subject.
These and other engagements have enabled female victims to adapt various coping mechanisms and explore what needs to be done to address their plight.
You know, God has mercy for every humankind. Sometimes we even wonder how we survive. Because even food, you may even sleep hungry for more than 2 or 3 days, but you will not die. That one I saw as it is a God's mercy. And we also cooperate among us. If our fellow ones have something, can also give you, will not leave you die like that. But mostly, we do people's work. We go and dig someone's garden, give little money, you go and buy food with it. Actually, we do such kind of work. Wash someone's clothes, do this, do this. Can work even in hotel, you wash someone's plates in hotel. At the end, give you 2,000, that 2,000 you squeeze some for cassava, some for charcoal, you boil, take like that, just to survive.
The way I'm surviving, the group, we share and we do something, we do small saving like bole chop, and we borrow as a loan to push us.
I want them to even help me, whether they can buy for me a land where I can survive with my child, because they're saying if this grandmother of mine is dead, they are going to chase us. Now I don't know whether we are going to survive with my child.
Yo nkanye beni sabanti. Singantunga ho kwikara. Katunga nk'ekibanje. Oba omwana wange akagenda miso n'okusoma kuba nyina omwana saa zino wali mu P7. Gavumenti ekanyambaho. Ekamwongeza kusoma kuba paka nkyali. Nimpura nkyali hasi muno kuba nkyapangisa nati nkatungaga terego kurungi.
While the 2019 National Transitional Justice Policy treats gender as a cross-cutting priority, the country needs to take more practical steps to address the specific challenges of women in the process of implementing this policy and enacting a national transitional justice law.
So my appeal is that we know our rights, and these rights we know of other laws. Like we have now this law pending, TJ, Transitional Justice law. It's not yet a law, but it's still in paper. We request that if this is being assigned and being put as a law, it will help us in many ways, because I will know I have my right, but there is a law backing me. If I ask for my right for accessibility, maybe treatment, maybe rehabilitation, I will know that there is a law backing me to support my statement. So I kindly request whoever is concerned, whoever sees how we really suffer, what we go through on people's costs, not our willing, they should sign this law so that we get justice.
Had that policy has been passed to law, we would have been successfully a little bit happy. I ask the Parliament of Uganda and the President of Uganda to pass this transitional justice policy into law so that we, the victims and the survivors of the war, our issues being addressed.